And good evening, everybody. We are back on TCH Live, a Sunday night edition. Here on the broadcast, as we're going to be calling the final table, the $100 Mega Stack Freeze Out, a 3K guaranteed prize pool. Well, that was just the cap on it, and we had 63 entries in a prize pool of $6,300 with 1,890 going to first place as we take you right here to the action on a Sunday night. Happy Sunday to you. Hope you had a great weekend. Enjoyed some football, enjoyed some poker, and we'll touch it all here as long as get your feedback there in the chat box. We invite you to join us here on the discussion. Again, we are almost to 1,000 subscribers. We're sitting at 995 right now. 5 more and we've reached 1,000 in just under 17 days of being a channel. So we want to thank you, the subscriber, who's tuned along with us either from very start or just checking out your first broadcast here tonight. So Professor going to raise it up with Ace Jack of Diamonds. Brian made it deep into this tournament last weekend. Dangerous situation, and he'll give it up here with Ace-7 as Professor, one of the more distinguished tournament players that plays in a TCH tournament, has had some great runs here, and we're happy to see him here at the final table with blinds starting at 5,000 and 10,000. You see Phil. We've seen a lot in the cash games coming to this tournament final. The chip leader at 451,000. Harrison and Abram not far behind. As top 7 places going to pay. 7th place going to take 440. 6th, 500. 5th at 560. 4th place at 750. 3rd at 940. 2nd at 1,200. And 1st at 1,800. Chosen one asking what location this? This is in TCH North Austin. Located at 13376 North Highway 183 in Austin, Texas. And if you want to get on the list in any of our cash games that we have going tonight, give us a call at 512-956-7195. Looks like we've got a 1-3 no limit, a 1-2 no limit, and a 5-5 PLO to go here with our tournament final table as hand number 2. Abram going to raise it up here in seat number 1. The old King 10 offsuit, Adam with a little better hand with King Queen of Hearts. Gonna call him here on the button with, looks like our blinds getting out as we go heads up. Nice little pot brewing here early on, a total of 85K in the middle. And here is our flop from our dealer John. And top pair here for Abram, out flops Adam. Adam does have a gut shot straight draw, though, here to a jack, because small continuation bet of 30 into a pot of 85. And yeah, Adam's not going to take a card off here. No backdoor hearts, or just feels like, okay, hey, maybe this is not the kind of pot I want to get tangled up in. So, like we said, this is the final table of our $100 Mega Stack Freeze Out. We had 63 total entries. Players started with a 30K starting stack and 25-minute levels. And we had late entry up until the start of level 7. And from here on out, this is going to be streamed. Our final table every Sunday here on TCH Live, our 8th installment. And here, just under about like 17 days of us having a channel, we are at 995 subscribers. Our goal is to get over 1,000 here tonight, so if you have not yet clicked the subscribe button, get yourself a free hour of play at any Texas Card House location, either here, Houston, out in Spring, Texas, and also in Rio Grande Valley at the Houston Poker Live, a 30K guaranteed tournament, a ring event out there. And we'll update you that here as we go on here through the night. Folded now here to Brian with 187,000 in chips. And on the button, going to raise it up here with ace-3 offsuit with the ace of clubs. Again, we're near the bubble, top 7 pay. Harrison not going to have any of it, though. He's going to shove all in on the button raiser. And Mitch, the old 9 Triz, going to give it up. A little push and shove, and some chips being sent to the way of seat number 4, Mr. Harrison. As we welcome you here again to our final table on TCH Live. My name is Mike Youngblood. You can follow me on the gram at HoopsMike or on Twitter at HoopsMike. Always talking sports for the most part. Sprinkle a little life stuff in there. But if you want to follow us on Instagram, you can certainly do so. Again, that is tch.atx. Twitter handle TCHATX, and you can find us on Facebook as well by searching Texas Card House. And we are open up until 3 a.m. this Monday morning, but open 24 hours this weekend. And Phil, the chip leader, going to get out there with Queen 8 of Hearts. Fun talking with Phil here before the start of this one. Said he was in the esteemed class of being both on a final table and also being in a cash game. So feels like a trendsetter here. He's all over TCH Live. And here comes Matt with some Cowboys in the big blind. He was raised by Adam with some deuces up to 27K. The 121,000. I think there's only going to be one bet here as it goes all in here from seat 6. Adam going to have to decide now as you feel like he's in a coin flip situation, which is now obviously with deuces the best possible scenario you can hope for. Largely up against a bigger pair. My instinct says he's probably going to get away from this one, but an easy fold as Matt can add 32K to his chip stack with a shove in the big blind with kings. Harrison getting some encouragement here out of the chat box. As we continue here in the final table of our 3K guaranteed mega stack freeze out. Again, freeze out means you only get one entry into this. So like some tournaments, you get a chance to re-enter the field as many times as you like up until the first break. We've seen some primos here. Abram with a big stack and going to raise it up here with some aces. Always fun to see, right? Those first couple of hands of the final table. Good chip position. And Matt now with some sixes and could be entering a problem spot. As seen Abram raise a lot. Knows a good aggressive player. And gonna take a flop here with the sixes and a Professor, the big blind. Just 20K more. We'll get out of the way with Jack 9 offsuit as we go heads up to a flop. See players getting a good little stare down back at each other. Oh, and a flop set here for Matt. Huge card for him is gonna get a continuation bet here out of Abram too, and sitting as a near lock. A fairly dry board too, but I mean, if he probably went all in here, he would get a call with the overpair, but on the off chance, maybe Abram's got like an ace-king or jacks or tens or any kind of hand maybe he can feel he can get away from if he looks at a shove. Yeah, they're going to get it all in as Matt jams. Abram going to call here with some aces and going to need to get lucky on the river. He's got one ace left in the deck and he will not get it as it comes out of 7 of diamonds. And a huge chunk taken out of Abram's stack. And As we'll count out the chips here for Matt, who now moves into a really comfortable chip position at 366,000. So before we get moved on here to the next hand, I want to remind you about our promotions happening at each of our TCH locations. Again, we have a progressive guarantee throughout the month of January here for North Austin. For about 5 hours straight, you can save 20% off your hourly rate. For 30% off, that is, for 7 hours or more, that's 30% off your hourly rate. And for 10 hours straight, for you cash game grinders, that is 40% off your hourly rate. And at TCH in Rio Grande Valley and Edinburgh, again, a 2-for-1 special that's happening. Get 2 hours for the cost of 1. And also, there's a $100 high hand, like it was like every 30 minutes or so. And that is, how many, that's like every day of the week, right? Or that's on Tuesdays. I was going to say, that'd be a heck of a deal if you're running that every day. But for Tuesdays, getting it at our TCH RGV on Instagram. That's tch.rgv. So it's getting cold out there. I know some of you are thinking about, hey, why don't we head down south, try to find some sun, a little vacation getaway, and Texas Card House there in Edinburgh. As we'll keep it moving on the final table of our $100 Mega Stack Freeze Out. $6,300 in the prize pool. 10 players still battling out here for that pool, as some chips being traded back and forth here in the early goings. Now the professor in the small blind, Queen 10 offsuit, is going to put it in a raise. Mr. Kyle is going to get out with a big blind. Again, these are 5,000, 10,000 blinds, the 10,000 big blind ante. Instead of having players post the antes before every single hand, I think tournament players enjoying a couple more hands per round, but just kind of simplifying the process. So, again, Texas Roadhouse being served here tonight at TCH. Serve that on Sundays and Mondays. Sliders, burgers, chicken. All being treated here to the players in the room. Guys, I scarfed down like 2 of those. Like, James saw me. It was like, I saw a plate of it, and then like 10 seconds later, it's like, where did it go? So, get to broadcasting sometimes. You got to learn to eat quick and get on the air. And that is a skill I've harnessed over the years, the speed of eating, and that's kind of why I try to do it out of sight, so nobody stares. But all kidding aside, Sam Von Kennel finishing 18th in the HPL event, the 30K guaranteed prize pool. He's following old Carnival Sam on the Instagram. Decent run there for Sam, but I'm going to have to call him out for not bringing a ring back. He said on this program that that's what he'd do, but a good effort there by Mr. Von Kennel as we go heads up to a flop between Abram and Phil. Phil with some curries, some trays, some threes. Abram there with ace-jack as going to go check here on the flop as Abram will lead the turn here with top pair, the jack kicker. Simple as that. We're going to bet the fold as Abram trying to do some bluff there. Phil doing a nice job protecting his chip position. They're at 411,000. You see our chip count there, our short stacks. Everybody below 20 bigs. Professor at 18 bigs. Luis at 16. Brian at 15. And Rob at 7. So jump on in here to the chat box here on TCH Live. Or drop us a comment if you are watching on the archive. We're up to 996 subscribers. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do if we get to 1,000. I might just run around the Texas Card House main floor screaming. Take a pause. Say, what's up with Mikey today? But a tremendous level of growth here in just under about 17 days of officially being on a channel. It's a lot of weeks and months of preparation to get onto the air, but now that we're here, we're swimming. And Brian gonna test the waves here with a pair of 9s and raising up with 30K as gonna be folded around. No action here as finished 3rd in last week's tournament. Did really well and back here again as, like I said, this is a structure that you start with 30K in chips. You get an additional 5K for being on time, an additional 5K for $10 dealer appreciation. So you're gonna start with 40K chips. And with 25-minute levels gives you a lot of play. Dealers and staff putting in a lot of hard work and hours today to provide that experience for you. So make sure to take care of them as they take care of you. A lot of guys and gals putting in hours today, and appreciate their efforts here. And Mitch can appreciate some kings as gonna come out here for a raise with blinds 5K and 10K. And move up here to 25,000. And here comes Rob, gonna shove in here with ace-10 offsuit. Matt had cold called pre-flop with some 4s, so Rob seeing some money there in the middle. Unfortunate Mitch here with kings, so we'll see if we get just one caller or if Mitch shoves over the top, because Matt to his left has got about 125,000 more than him. Unless he feels like setting an extra trap, he's just going to shove it over the top. So we've got 25K in dead money there in the middle. A pot of 192,000. It's Rob there in seat 8. Going to try to get lucky and flop an ace. Aces have been kind of hot here on the felt. So nearly 61-39 favored as our action tracker able to keep up with cards that are folded and give you a better percentage chance of what our odds are. It's going to come out Jack 5, 3, 2 hearts. Rob's going to need running hearts, and now he's down to aces. Can he pull an ace out of it? Yes, he does! The ace of spades on the river. It's always the ace of spades, isn't it? Rob's going to double up now here to 121,000. The lucky ace on the river. That is a scoop of somebody pretty excited and got a little lucky too. So poor Mitch will take a hit down to 168,000. But, you know, Robert, long-time TCH member, first appearance here on a live stream. We keep it going here on your final table. The $100 mega stack frees out. We are at 996 subscribers here on the channel, and we want you to be number 1,000. You can be a special person. You're already special to me, but you could say you're a TCH Live's 1,000 subscriber. Got a player saying, well, actually, jump back here to the table was now Louise on the button, Queen Jack offsuit, gonna make a button raise. Looks like up to 25,000. Now Abram with ace king as he didn't throw that away, did he? No, that's Adam with ace king. My apologies. I'm like, Abram didn't do that. Here comes the shove here from Adam out of the big blind. And Luis thinking maybe I'm live here. And not in as great a position as he would have hoped. As percentage is showing us that Adam nearly a 4-to-1 favorite as we go to a flop.
142,000.
So all in here for 142,000. If Adam does not win this hand, he is going to be down to about 67,000, so just under about 6 or 7 bigs. So we total up the chips, get them all matched up there. One of our Texas tilt boys there, John Earl in the box, the legendary John Earl. Funny dude, you can see in the mixed games as well. So all right, we are about set to get to our flop, 299,000 in tournament chips in the middle, and still good here for ace king and a king on the river, kings and sevens with an ace. Here for Adam, and Luis knocked out at 10th. It makes the televised final table. We're paying out 7 places from a prize pool of 63 players. Getting a $100 buy-in means a prize pool of 6,300. So we are down to 9. Rob avoiding elimination and hanging in there with 19 bigs. The professor with 18 bigs. A lot of really good players here on the table to battle it out. Jason St. Matt, big sexy white is going to eat your lunch. Let's go, represent, hashtag Hamarillo. I like it. Need more hashtags here in the chat box. You guys got to start the revolution. All right? Holler if you hear me. It's a great Scott Hall would say. Folding around here to fill the cutoff with ace-4 offsuit.
Raise 30,000.
Position raise up to 30K. Try to come away with some blinds. Annie's Ryan with no hand that he can defend with. Give it up. I think we got a near full orbit. Here on the final table, $100 mega stack freeze out. It's a 3K guaranteed prize pool. Today it was $6,300. First place getting 1,890. So we also want to give a shout out here to CrushLivePoker.com with Bart Hansen. A number of subscribers who have been referred to us by his channel and training site. This is an site exclusively for training live cash gameplay. If you sign up, you get a 30-day free trial at CrushLivePoker.com. You can also follow them at the Crush Live Poker YouTube channel and on Twitter at Crush Live Poker with our friend Bart Hansen, who we hope to have on our broadcast soon. Be a heck of an honor to work with Bart. I think amongst others, kind of the godfather of this format that we have. That Adam can raise it up here out of the button with ace-6 offsuit, and Harris thinking about defending the queen-9 as he'll call 18K more. Flop counts out 8, deuce 8. Does not hit either player. Adam lead with ace-high. Gonna bet out 31,000. And we'll take it down with just a flop bet. Such a necessity here in tournament poker too is picking up chips here and there where you can just to build up your stack, give yourself a little more ammunition to fire with later on in the tournament or get paid off with if you make a big hand. But gotta have the ability to change different gears. I think especially in tournaments like this, is knowing which gear to use at each stage. You tighten up when you get down to 2-3 tables. You start picking off players that are trying to get into the money. There's a lot of different ways you can approach this. So far, we've seen a variety as Abram picking up a pair of 10s. Gonna raise up to 30K. Guy's a big Maryland Terps fan. As you see the turtle there, it's card protector. People may not know that's also a Redskins fan, so don't hear about it too often. But Brian gonna make some noise and shove all in here with Ace Queen. A classic race situation. Brian moving over the top on the button with Ace Queen. Doesn't believe maybe Abram has that strong of a hand, but as we see, he is a small favorite if he does choose to make the call. He's thinking here, running through the possibilities. Does not want to get in against another overpair. Hey, that discerning look. He's thinking deep here. Yeah, like we talk about with Sam, we're the experts here because we can see he has the cards, but you know, good player moves in, not out of the blinds, but on the button. There's just, you know, that little bit more of a possibility that he's got one of the 3 hands that beat him, either jacks or queens, kings, or aces. Check that, 4 hands. Apparently I forgot how to count, guys. And Abram is going to make the call here as we've got a coin flip, heads or tails. Who do you got here, guys? Going to be 10s or ace queen? Brian made the, again, final table last week, got 3rd place. And a flop's going to come out all diamonds. Abram has got the 10 of diamonds. Turn comes a jack. Opens up straight draw. And it's a 10 on the river. Brian has made a straight. Drawn pretty thin. After the flop, turned a jack that gave him a few more outs. And Abram is going to have to suffer the bad news as his 10s would not be able to dodge the ace queen to the river. And Abram's back to work though, but he'll be in late position with only 5 bigs at around 56,000. So it's not an unsurmountable situation to come back from, but the poker gods will have to shine on him if he wants to continue here in the tournament. There's down to 9 players. All 9 players battling for $1,890 first place prize. Up to 998 subscribers, folks. 2 more, and we've reached that landmark achievement of 1K subs. So Casey, you know, in our 5-5 game brought up a point there. We're not here for the subs, we're here for the truth. And you're going to have to go back and listen to that episode to hear what he had to say about the rest of that. I think we will have Casey on the program tomorrow night. 5-5, no limit here on TCH Live. Excited to get back to work here with Bones. This blind's going to be up now, 6,000 and 12,000. Fill some trays, some trizzles, some 3s, if you will.
Raise 32,000.
Now going to open up here for 32,000.
Raise. All in.
Abram going to shove all in here with ace-king. Phil already with a pretty sizable raise out there. Not much more for him to call. I think just about 24K more. You know, pot already with about 118,000. You're going to take a flop there with some threes.
Yeah. 55,000 total.
Oh, another coin flip. I love these.
You're ahead.
And here we go. Ace-king versus threes.
1%.
Abram trying to survive.
Like 51.48 or something
That could be like ace king hits, but then he hits the wheel on.
All right, here we go.
That'd be a freaking story right there.
Deal it out as flop of 8, 5, jack, 2 spades. Comes a 9, and the river is a king. Abram is doubled up. He's still alive. Back into a decent chip position at 142,000. As we continue here on our final table blinds, 6,000, 12,000, 12,000 big blind Annie. Adam with a 404,000 chip leader.
Right now.
Chip the dealer. This is the third time it's been on there. That's what, and like in a row, bro.
Yeah.
Conspiracy.
Folks, I have good news. I think we might have to hit the music on this one. That is 1,000 subscriptions. 1,000 subscribers at TCH Live. Celebrate. Throw some confetti around. Where are the balloons? Thought everything would erupt here in the studio, but officially hit the 1,000 subscription mark here on YouTube. High fives for everybody. You're the best. Our audience rules. And we thank you so much for joining us tonight. Here on the live stream. And here comes Phil with a raise now to 32,000.
Call 32,000.
Ryan going to call here with King Jack of Hearts.
Don't do what?
Brian called here with King Jack of Hearts. He's got about 307K. Mitch's got 110K. With ace queen, so we will go 3 ways to a flop. Flip comes out, king 7-5, 2 diamonds. Brian has made the best hand with top pair. And Phil and Mitch are trailing behind as then with a bet on the flop, we'll take it down. You know, there's a good question. One of the chatters asked, so what steps does TCH take to counter collusion? Well, we show a sheet before the start of the final table and review the rules that, you know, you cannot be on your phone during a live hand. Can't accept a phone call while they're at the table. And we asked that if you do have to take a phone call, you step away, and any repeated warnings would result in just removal of the table. Now, it's a little bit different in a tournament than in a cash game. As far as, you know, what... I mean, you'll see a lot of players there on the phones, but that is more so just the fact of, hey, they're watching the replay of the stream, which is on a 30-minute delay, just to combat any of the kind of silly and collusion stuff. And, you know, hey, we're watching it just like you, and keeping our eye on any potential suspicious behavior. So, and we keep our phones out of the broadcast booth here as well. So, yeah, that's a good question, and it's one that comes up commonly too. So, you know, even if we have to answer it, Now, it's important to our audience that we know that, you know, we're taking all the necessary precautions to have a great game here. And that's
Is it an
Yes.
Matt on the button's going to raise it up to some sevens. Lucky number sevens. And after pre-flop limper had come along, we'll take it down. So there are short stacks there. Abram's got 10 bigs, Professor's got 12 bigs, Rob's got 14. So those are going to be kind of your players to keep an eye on as far as who might be making a move into the pot to try to pick up some chips. You can join us tomorrow night for 5-5, no limit. Game is going to start at 6 o'clock. The game itself is going to start at 5:30. The live stream starts at 6.
35,000.
We invite you to join us. We'll have Bones back in the commentary chair. Now Abram with some 9s. He's picked up a lot of pretty good hands here for this final table. He got unlucky with some 10s and some aces. A little luck sent back his way as he got unlucky on some of those other previous hands. And Phil, King 5, will not defend. Some more chips there for seat number 1, Abram. Spent a lot of time in those cash games here at TCH. Seen him walk out with some pretty nice stays, so rooting for a little luck here. There's a lot of the guys we see here that play the tournaments quite frequently, and we've seen for a while. Justin asking how many started the freeze out. We had 63 players for it for a prize pool of 6,300. The 7th place at 440. Blind still at 6,012.
Raise 30,000.
Now Brian with some 6s, gonna open here for 30K. Everybody else getting out, and Abram now with the big blind with ace-4, and unsuited ace littles are not the most comfortable hands to play, especially with not a lot of chips behind. As I mean, even if Abram flops an ace there, does he feel really awesome about his hand? That he wants to risk his tournament life to continue with it? Some players do, some players don't, but he'll give up his big blind as we keep it moving. Happy Sunday to you. Not quite so happy if you're a Titans fan today. They hung in there for a while, but take me home, Pat Mahomes, all the way to Miami for Super Bowl Sunday. Niners taking out the Packers. I think a lot of us did. They were the best team of the NFC this year, and outside of times, I think New Orleans really showed itself, and Seattle when they were fully healthy.
Raise
So,
36,000.
just like everybody predicted, right? Chiefs, Niners. Huh? Is Rob going to open now with King, Queen of Hearts? Phil will not call with King 10 suited. Now Adam, with ace 10 off suit. And do you feel like making a move here, or does he just want to call here pre-flop?
Call 36.
Those look more like calling chips than they do raising chips. As so we'll see if flop heads up here with Adam with the ace of spade, Rob the suited king queen, ace jack 8, top pair here for Adam. Inside straight draw. Now a heart draw here for Rob as it goes check, check on the flop.
Bet 41,000.
And now with a big enough draw, Rob looking at a bet of about 41,000 is going to leave him just under 80,000. Yep, he'll be about 85K as we go heads up to the river. As oh, it comes out of heart. Rob has made a flush, and he could get paid here as Adam has got top pair. He may not suspect that it backdoor hearts came out, and he bets 45,000, just about half of his stack, and looks like a value bet. Now it's going to be forced to call, and going to see his flop check did not work out his way. As well, we want to update you here on the payouts for this, as players agreeing to pay out 8th and 9th. 9th and 8th will get $100, so they're buying back essentially. 7th is 440, 6th 500, 5th 560, 4th 780, 3rd 940, 2nd 1120, and 1st 1,790. Thanks to James, super producer, getting the info here. So again, we've got 1-2 and 1-3 no limit hold'em tables going on in our main room. Also a 5-5 PLO game. Is it a 5-5-10 more likely? Okay, $10 rock, is that what's? All right. So good players there on that table. Looks like a great game. So move on to our next hand here. Chips flying everywhere as Rob came into this final table a short stack and now sitting with 302,000. Brian, another short stack. Up to more chips. And here comes Phil with a raise up to 30,000. Abram now here on the button with a suited ace. He'll give it up, and we've got Adam now in the small blind. And what does he got? He got some ducks, some twos, some deuces, some 1+1s. All right, we'll go heads up here to a flop. Pot building to 84,000. All right, what do we got here? As action tracker will catch up here. As it's at 3-7-5. Adam with some deuces technically has the best hand. Phil still with 2 overs, maybe some backdoor hearts. Let's go to the turn here, heads up. Okay, Adam trying to avoid a board pair there. As now that's a hard draw for Phil. More outs for him besides his aces and nines. Adam's going to come out leading with a bet of 62,000 with just a pair of deuces. Now a decision for Phil. He bet on the flop. Now he's got his opponent leading out to him here on the turn. Just a matter, does he believe Adam would do that with a hand, or we'll take it one more card and see what's up. Gonna need a 9, an ace, or a heart here to win the hand against Adam. And it's an 8. Phil can also win the hand by bluffing, and Adam's gonna check. And Phil's gonna move all in. There you go, Phil. Doesn't believe that Adam can call him there. And he's right, but Adam with the best hand and position and experience paying off here for Phil. Yeah, like I said, Phil's been battle tested here on TCH Live. I mean, you get a couple of streams in here and realize, okay, I still got to play my game. I can't. With the cameras, the lights, the people in the chat box calling me a donkey or something like that. You can phase all that stuff out. Not that anybody did, and I certainly would not call Phil a donk, but, you know, it's sort of like, you know, you get that live stream experience. You get on here a few times. Gives you the comfort to play at your maximum capacity, and a great bet on the end there by Mr. Jackson. All right, we've got stuff going on here at our TCH in Houston. Here on Saturdays, they've got a new $200 freeze out. Got some big PLO action happening Wednesdays with the club open at noon. And also, for the TCH in Houston, our Spring, Texas location, free club access on Thursdays from noon to 3 p.m. Come and play at TCH in Spring, Texas for free on Thursdays from noon to 3 p.m. Follow them on Instagram at tch.htx. In the Houston Poker Live, a 30K guaranteed tournament happening this weekend. Try to get some updates on that, what that prize pool and all that good stuff was. Followed along a little bit. Rob here with some 10s, are raised up to 32,000. Harrison defending out of the big blind with 9-8, and we'll flop second pair with a 9. Rob looking at an ace flop with 10s, and his might be feeling his hand shrinking. So I'll go check, check. Turn comes a jack. And the river comes a 6. Go check, check here to the river. An ace and action killer. Another winner there for Rob, who's now moved up to 4th in chips. Phil with 464,000. Brian at 433. So we keep it going on your new favorite poker show, TCH Live. We've had 1,000 subscriptions here for the night. And we appreciate all of y'all that have smashed that subscribe button. Again, if you have not taken advantage of it, that's 1 hour free if you show at the front desk that you are subscribed to TCH Live. Again, that's redeemable only once. Tournament final table action here, guys. Pipe into the chat box if you please, here on our YouTube channel. Now Harrison gonna shove out of the small blind with Queen 10, and he's gonna get called here by Ace King. Mitch with only 98,000 after the blind St. Annie's posted. Said, well, why don't I just try to shove my opponent down in case he's got a marginal hand that he could maybe move over the top with if I just limp or make a small raise. But this big blind woke up with Ace King. So Ace King, a 60-40 favorite as we go heads up to the flop. And there we go. 10, a 6 deuce. Top pair here for Harrison of the best hand. Mitch turns to king though. And the river a deuce. So Mitch gonna double up and chip up to almost 208,000. This has been an exciting final table here, guys. This is a lot of chips moving back and forth. Phil with a big bluff. Pick up some chips. Abram got a little unlucky after he came into the final table with a big stack. Brian getting a little lucky, using his position well. Also want to remind you guys, too, for more information about Texas Card House, subscribe to the From the Felt podcast with Bill, Sam, and Ryan. So they talk all things TCH. From the Felt has talk with main event champions Chris Moneymaker, Greg Raymer, poker pros like Johnny Vibes, Brad Owen, Andrew Nemi, Jamon Burton, and Rain Delayed Dan talking about their experiences in the game in Texas and beyond. Subscribe to From the Felt wherever you subscribe to podcasts on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Play. And you can also check it out at texascardhouse.com through our website there. And again, our newest episode detailing the new club opening in Dallas. It's going to be a little while before we get to opening there. I think the earliest you may expect it, I think the earliest timeline may be in May or so. Again, that is still to be determined, but Brian raised now in the cutoff with some fives. Matt here in the big blind with aces, and I wonder what he's going to do, guys.
Raise 100,000.
I did 1-3 on Thursday too.
And he's going to 3-bet it up here to 100,000 out of the big blind. And Brian's got to be careful here. I don't think we'll see a 3-bet shove or a 4-bet shove. He's just going to try to figure out, okay, how many chips does he have left? And he'll give it up pre-flop, so the raise up to 100,000. Gets the cutoff, raise her to fold, as we'll continue 9-handed. Lawrence asking, so not much well, no, we've got a 5-5 game going here tonight. We got a 5-5 PLO game here out in the main room. All right, sometimes you get some 1-2-5 PLO going. We had some 1-2-5 Big O running over the weekend. That went late. So, I mean, you want to get an Omaha game going, you're going to find players here that want to play it. Again, players also enjoying Texas Roadhouse tonight. So Sundays and Mondays, we do have Texas Roadhouse. Wednesdays and Fridays, we have free Papa John's Pizza. On Saturdays, it's the place to be. We've got Rudy's Barbecue on Saturday nights at 7:30. All right, we will get the gentleman Greg
They're like shuffling dominoes. Yeah, they're heavy as shit.
into the box here. And this, again, our final table, the $100 Mega Stack Freeze that we play it every Sundays. Our final table will be streamed on TCH Live. Hit 63 players out for this one. Again, Mondays, we've got our $150 3K guaranteed re-entry, no limit hold'em tournament. 15K starting stack, 20-minute levels, 5K on-time bonus, and a 5K dealer appreciation for $10, and that's on Monday nights. Wednesdays and Saturdays, we have our 2K guaranteed free rolls, perfect for beginning players, experienced players, for grinders. Get a really healthy prize pool out of it. We've had nearly 3,000, I think, in the last two. So I think we're seeing our free roll, the value in that increase here as of late. And on Fridays, $100 ladies re-entry, no limit hold'em tournament, 15K starting stacks, and 20-minute levels. That tournament, again, has been moved to Fridays, and the buy-in is up to $100. And you can find all that information yourself here at texascardhouse.com. Click on your room to get up to speed on the latest promotions, tournaments, events happening at your club, your favorite TCH, all at texascardhouse.com. Yeah, my name is Mike Youngwood. Thank you so much for joining us here on the program. TCH Live, our Sunday Spectacular, our Sunday Special, our Sunday freeze-out tournament. And, you know, I come from the tournament background, so a lot of this is more, I think, what's the word, intuitive as far as to me. But if you love your cash games, you love watching our high-stakes games, again, 5-5 tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. The great Casey Dean or Bones will be back in the analyst chair. And that was one of the funniest broadcasts and also most informative that we had the other week. So you do not want to miss it. Should be a great one tomorrow night. TCH legend Bones. Matt picking up some cards. He's got some 10s on the button. The professor sitting there and seat 7 out of the small blind. He's going to give up his hand and see Rob with 9-8 if he's got 24K more. Nope, he'll give up his hand as well as Matt will take the blinds. Good levels now at 8,000, 16,000 with a 16,000 big blind ante. Next level will be 10 and 20, the 20 big blind ante. And that there you might see some chips start moving because Adam, Abram, and Professor all with 10 bigs or less. So this is when you start to see marginal hands get in there, some reshoves, some moves. Action just picking up here in hand 26 of our final table here, the $100 Mega Stack Breeze Out. My name is Mike Youngblood. James Carolyn handling our production tonight. Give them a high five or fist bump or thank you the next time you see them. Be nice to Carolyn. She's pregnant, so don't do a chest bump or anything weird like that. Handle with care. Gonna get folded to Phil. Phil is gonna get the Pantera. He gets the walk out of the big blind. That respect. So we'll keep it rolling on TCH Live. Again, Rob with 312K at just under 20 big blinds. So, you know, that next level jump, like we talked about a little bit earlier, could be huge as players got to maximize their chip advantages at this point. Or they can play it safe. We'll see.
Oh, they're just catching up.
Yeah, that's the. I think that's the straight.
That's the king's kid.
Yeah.
Oh, my king's kid.
Well, now Harrison thinking here. He's going to come in for a raise. The hand not yet determined. Mitch will get out. Matt, the professor, and here comes Rob with ace queen. Now we're going to shove here with ace 10. Harrison going to shove over the top, it looks like. And now Rob with ace queen has got a tough decision. I mean, he's seen a player move all in out of the big blind. The initial razor coming over the top. We do not know yet what Harrison's hand is, but I would probably guess eights or better. Jacks or queens, I think probably seems more likely. Now we got two aces out there, so I just feel like, okay, maybe it's that probably isn't ace king, but it's not necessarily impossible, so. Well, let's see if I was right, guys. What's he got?
All right, at least I have one last card, and I...
Looks like kings.
I bullshit my way out
Might
of
be
this
queens,
before.
might be jacks. It's two pink cards. 8-8-4, 8-8-4, And they're going to split it up here.
Wow.
3 of a kind 8s with an ace. Excuse me, 4 of a kind.
Yeah, I almost got eliminated with the fake you.
And I'm sorry, that was Jackson for Harrison. Abram gets lucky with an ace on the river. 4 of a kind 8s with an ace. There we go. Got it right.
It's made for TV.
Well, I'll let you know I hit
And
it.
Abram's luck has been all over the place here on this final table.
Pre-flop, you know, I gotta hit that.
Gets more than just a little lucky against Jacks. Harrison gonna have to surrender some chips, and you feel for him there. His opponent drawing pretty slim, and something you don't see very often. Four of a kind on the
The
board.
number of big blinds I've left, and it's like, oh, well, I don't like it, but I can't really sit around chewing my cud.
Wow, wow.
Since shorts that kick.
See, those are cumulative winnings of the players on the table. Phil has stayed pretty even. Rob, Brian, and Matt doing the chip up. Adam has kind of been the unlucky
I
player
missed that.
out of lunch.
We want to give 9th and 8th $100 each.
Fine with me.
Off first and second.
Fine with me.
What's that? Give 9th and 8th $100
So
each.
it's
We take
17.90.
100 off the first and second. Oh, okay, okay. Sure.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
So our next stand here, the 3K guaranteed prize pool. Prize pool 6,300. First place 1,790. If we do get the heads up.
Where all the money? Man, I gave a lot of money, yo. If you guys want, child.
Lawrence asking, do you have any WSOP caches? I do not. I've been out to the World Series once, and I think that was literally just before I started at TCH, and had a backer that was going to try to put me in a couple tournaments out there. It didn't work out, so I came over the attention to try to play some of the small tournaments, some of the dailies, which were pretty good. Played a couple of them, came close to cashing, but then about a couple of months later is when I started working here at TCH, and have wanted to go back there to Vegas, and I don't know, maybe we can crowdfund this. Get Mikey in the main event
Yeah, dude, that
here this summer. That's a,
that's gonna make like a
could be a huge ROI for our TCH live audience.
I mean, if it was an ace, it'd be like, okay, well, that's, normal.
But yeah, that's always been a dream. I've always wanted to play
hits the board and you're playing ace
any of the
high.
limit hold'em,
That's
not the limit, but the limit Omaha 8 or better tournaments. Be like a 1,500 on limit. That's been kind of a dream. That would be something I would like to do, but I'd like to get my tournament game in a place where I feel like I got all the moves. I'm not scared money, and I'm not in it to win it, not just there to get my picture taken and try my best. Like, I want to be there and I want to go kick somebody's butt. All right, smash it out there. That's got to be your mentality when you play. Abram, I think looked like picked up Jack 10 of clubs there on the button.
390. Yeah, that was 2-5 offset.
Yeah, 2-5, everybody.
2-5 offset.
So we'll move on here to our next hand. Raise and fold. Again, blinds 8,000, 16,000, 16,000. Big blind, Annie. I tell you, the first time I ever went out there, it was like going to Mecca. Like, walk into the huge room. The lines are huge to try to buy into some of these or any of the satellites. But the first time I walked inside, I got the banners of the Player of the Year champions, and it feels like thousands upon thousands of tables going. You hear the chips. It's like sounds of the rainforest there, man. But dreamed of that for so long that kind of once you got to the World Series, even if it was just to kind of walk around, like I went to the bathroom next to Greg Raymer, it was like, holy crap, Greg Raymer. So beyond that, I don't know if I have any really good WSOP stories. So Professor going to move all in here with ace 7. Trying to pick up the blinds. Almost all the way through, and Harrison now here with King 10, and it'd be 97K more for him to call, so almost all of his stack.
113.
And it gets a fold. Youngblood, who's your favorite underdog WSOP performance ever? Probably Scott Bloomstein when he won the WSOP main event back a couple of years ago. One of my best friends had a portion of Scott, and I didn't know it until I got to the final table and I saw him, my buddy, in the crowd. You know, so I just turned on the stream on I think it was the Poker Go or ESPN. So.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And I just texted him like, "You got a horse left in this?" And he's like, "Yeah, this guy." So that was that by far is probably the one that I at least had a little bit of attachment to, just because, you know, like you have a buddy who's got a percentage of somebody, and that was really, really cool to see your best friend gamble on the right horse, so to speak. So Adam's going to shove all in here with King 6. Brian now with Ace 10 of hearts.
What is it?
He has called, and Harrison with Ace 6 offsuit is not, as they'll get the blinds out. Adam's going to have to get lucky here. Brian a slight favorite at 62-38. Now flop comes out Jack high. Brian makes second pair. He's got an open ender and a straight down for Adam. 10 to ace Broadway with his King 6 offsuit. Brian made 2 pair, and well, that's poker, buddy. Fluctuating chip stacks all across the board here in this tournament. Only one player has been eliminated thus far. Greg will push some chips over there to Adam in C2. Then we've got 1-2 no limit, 1-3 no limit, and 5-5 PLO happening
It was all skill.
at Texas Card House right now. If you want to get on the list, call 512-956-7195 here at TCH North Austin. And Real or TCH RGV has got a promotion here on Tuesdays. $100 high hand every 30 minutes on Tuesdays at our Edinburgh location at TCH Rio Grande Valley. And we got a 2-for-1 special. Professor's moved all in. We don't know his hand. And Harrison on the button will give it up. Mitch will give it up. One of the chatters saying Matt White once fought Duff Lundgren over a parking spot. And let's just say Duff ended up apologizing to Matt. Was it because of the beating that Dolph gave him, or was it just remorse for raising his voice? Did he say, "I must break you"? You can change. We can change. All of us can change. Except the channel here as we keep it live on TCH Live. Mike Emblett with you.
Yeah, I'm good.
Not really, you're good.
Producers James and Carolyn with us running the action here tonight. William saying the moral of the story here, the final table, get it in bad. And Adam will not have to worry about that here with Kings. Gonna raise it up here to 45. And Mitch is going to shove all in here with Ace-King. And now Professor here has 10s, and he's seen a player raise and then shove all in. And you've been on the short stack And with a big blind, I mean, tens looks like a pretty huge hand. As he's got just 1,000 left in Mitch, who shoved there in seat 5 with 162,000. He's thinking here. That's, you're not going to blame him if he calls, because there are some scenarios where tens might be the best hand, but he's flipping. And he's good enough to fold here, though, and it's exactly what he's going to do. Nice fold there by the professor. Kings and ace-king here, as Mitch going to need to get lucky and get an ace. The other 60-40 favorite as we go to flop. And Kings will win the hand as Mitch eliminated in 9th place. He is going to get $100. They expanded the prize pool. And we are down at 8 players. Here in the final table, the $100 mega stack freeze out, 3K guaranteed, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. There are V pips on the final table. Again, good mix and mash. I don't feel like any players playing particularly tighter or laggier or looser or anything. It's just these situations have played themselves out, and Professor making a huge fold there with tens. Will stay in the tournament. Blinds again 8,000, 16,000. We reached 1,000 subscribers tonight. 1,000 here on TCH Live in just under about 2.5 weeks. So we thank you for giving that subscribe button a little tap, tap, tap-a-roo. We encourage you to tell your friends, hey, there's a new poker show happening here in Texas that we're making waves. We're glad to have you with us. Adam going to raise up here with queen and 10 of spade, 40,000. Rob's going to defend with king 9 of spade. As we go heads up here to the flop. Flop comes out, ace king 4. Second pair for Rob. Inside straight draw for Adam. Adam, it's like he bet on the flop. Gets Rob to fold second pair out of position. See our chip stacks there. Abram had gotten down pretty low. He got down to like 5 big blinds, and now it's up to 20. You're gonna need some water here, guys. Get 8-16 on TCH Live here at North Austin. Mike Yumba with you on the call. Again, join us tomorrow night for 5-5 No Limit with Bones. Bones going to be commentating here with me, and we are looking forward to it. It should be a fantastic evening of cash game play. Professor now going to move in with jacks on the button. Phil will fold king 10, and Professor will show, hey, I had a hand here. Trying to pull a fast one on anybody. Moving in with junk. That's usually what I have there when I shove on the button. It's usually 7-6 suited, or Jack 10 suited, or
He's already saved me. Pocket 10.
A good fold.
You guys ever read the story Euro Rounders? I think like back in the mid, like 2000s or so, somebody posted a thread if they made like rounders but a European like pot limit thing. Google search that Euro Rounders, you can find that old 2+2 thread. It was copied and made by somebody that's been recopied. But Euro Rounders, a fantastic script idea if you search it. Pot, repot, repot.
And they're really like, ah!
It is
Oh gosh,
one of the first things I can remember really laughing about in poker. Is
I knew I should have called. I was sitting there
one of those
like,
forum guys.
did you be so hard in your hand?
Used to be on
That's
Pocket
what-
Fives way back
you
in the day.
instant
When
jam, I was like, I'm
trying to follow all the online tournament
It was weird.
players.
I like that float on.
I wish there was like a section of the web where you had a where are they now of all the
I get it.
internet superstars of the early 2000s, your Action Jeff Garzas, your Ozzies, Prahlad Friedmans, all those guys that were first starting to make
Nice,
their name in the online poker world. Is some of them I don't think play much anymore, or you don't hear much about, or maybe I'm not paying enough attention. But
Look at that asshole.
there's a whole list of like players who were just legends. Kevin Saul, below above. I mean, Sean Deeb was one of those online guys that played like 1,000 tournaments at once, and if you played in the same tournament with him, it would use his time back on like every single hand. So I always hated Sean Deeb. All right, so enough rambling here. As we're gonna go to a flop of Ace King 4. Check, check. Turn's going to come a 9 of diamonds. Inside straight draw. Here for Brian. He's going to bet it. Adam, not much to hope for. We'll get out of the hand. And reaching 1,000 subscribers tonight. And a lot of that thanks to our friends at Crush Live Poker at crushlivepoker.com with Bart Hansen. Exclusively for training live cash gameplay. You can sign up for a 30-day free trial at crushlivepoker.com. Follow them on Twitter, Crush Live Poker, and also their YouTube channel, which I think one of their latest videos had had some hands from that 5-5 game that we had last week. So thanks to Bart for the plug. A lot of nice comments there in that section. And we appreciate you getting the word out about this program. Again, if you're a poker fan, talk to the casual poker fan, the hardcore poker fan. If you go out to any restaurants, everybody's sitting there all prim and proper. Just stand up and shout. Subscribe to TCH Live. We will not cover any costs if you do get kicked out of those restaurants, but
I adjusted by him.
Rob raised up here with ace-10. It's going to flop top pair with a 10.
When I lose my hand. That was
And going to shovel in for 168. See all of our tournament chips there, Phil. Still steady at 424K. Adam at 454. And all the short stacks of the players under 20 bigs is. And only two players have been eliminated. We had Luis in 10th and Mitch in 9th. 8th place is going to pay $100, and then we start seeing the more incremental pay jumps. Here at hand 39, blinds 10,000, 20,000, 20,000 big blind ante. See if we get that all-in button out of the way there. Matt now with ace-king. There he goes. Gentleman Greg behind the box. My favorite people here at TCH. Gonna raise up here to 80. Rob gonna get out with threes. Brian with the speed limit, the old pocket5s.com. And he hates his handwriting. The agony. Yeah, Sam Von Kettle saw fives right there. His eyes would have lit up. Chips would have already been gone in the pot, but Brian sees a tight player raise there. And he may as well have seen deuce 7 as he'll give up the pocket fives. Matt, one amongst the chip leaders there in your top 3. Get our current promotion this month to the month of January. 5 hours straight gets you 20% off at Texas Card House, North Austin. If you play for 7 hours straight, that's 30% off your hourly. And for 10 hours straight, that's 40% off your hourly rate here at TCH North Austin Progressive Savings. Again, follow us on Instagram at tch.atx for the most up-to-date information about new promotions, tournaments, events. We've got Wes Cutshaw coming here on Saturday the 25th to host a 5-5 game. Follow him on YouTube, searching Wes Cutshaw at his channel. And I believe he's also on Instagram, Wes Cutshaw. It's Rob raising now with 80,000 with ace queen. Matt with king queen. He's got I think like a Corpus Christi Islanders hat on. Gonna feel like hitting the waves here with king queen.
Bless you.
And he'll decide to fold. He's going to give up the king queen, and a little surprised, but as we can see, it is the right decision, but I think a lot of us would have hit that call button there with the opportunity. Jump in here on the chat box on TCH Live. Say something to us. If you have any questions, comments. All right, Rob with some snowmen, some ochos. Pocket ochos says Phil now with a couple of kings, and it's showtime as the Zen Master Phil will 3-bet this. Professor's got no hand, and see if Rob is going to stay along with it. No, he'll give it up pre-flop. Good lay down there by Rob. Good time to pick up kings. This 90K going to be added here to Phil's stack. In last week's tournament, we had 48 entries for a prize pool of 4,800. Got up to 63 today, a prize pool of 6,300. Gonna have to go celebrate after this one. We had 1,000 subscriptions today. Did a little dance here, tried to play a little music, and then went right back to doing my job. So appreciate all our new subscribers, old subscribers, soon-to-be subscribers. Best way to know when our next show will be, hit that subscribe button, get the notification. A little pop-up there that says, hey, we love you. We got a new show coming tonight. So tomorrow night, 5-5, no limit. Thursday night, 1-3, no limit most likely. And then Saturday, the 25th, Wes Cutshaw hosting a 5-5, no limit cash game here on TCH Live in North Austin. Contact us at 512. That is 756. Or excuse me, 956-7195. Wes also going to play some games in the room as well, so if you can't play with them on stream, he will be going from table to table. Julian saying, crushed live poker set, man. Great to hear. Seen Bart Hansen in some of the games here. He's playing some Big O. Abram, gonna call pre-flop here with 7-6. Adam's gonna hop along and limp with King 10 offsuit. Brian's like, sure. Now Harrison says the party is over, guys.
I got 120.
120.
And Rob is like, all right. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. I'm pushing all in with ace-king. Right over the top of everybody. And Abram, who started this. The limp will get out. Adam, presumably, will get out. And I think we will go heads up with the pretty healthy sized pot after Harrison shoved for 117K. And it's like William said here in the chat box, the theme of the night, get it in bad, win big. It may not happen for him, as it will be a king on the river. Harrison has been eliminated. A tough fall for him, as he is knocked out in 8th place. We'll take $100.
Can you move seats? Is that alright? Can you move?
As we are down to 7 players now on our final table
Hands in a corner.
on TCH Live.
Like you can't just move them over a seat?
Maybe he has his chips on the other side.
That's what I mean, I'm just saying you can't move them over a seat. We got the empty. Is it possible to move?
That's Sam Von Kennel on the stream on Thursday. I think he got like 18th. That Houston Poker Live tournament out at TCH in spring. What up, Bryson Bird has been on the show. It's one of the last 36 chips, or the 35 players in the tournament. Been frantically trying to find some updates there, but see if we get any results on that before the night is done, or we'll keep you posted on how that went tomorrow. We've got Bones, your favorite and mine, joining us here in the commentary booth for 5-5 No Limit tomorrow night. Well, Abram in the big blind and folded to Rob on the button. He'll get out, and now Phil here with ace-10 high will. Looks like he will make a raise up to 60,000. Abram not going to let it push him around. He'll call with 6-5 and take a flop. Yeah, guy plays a lot of cash games. He's not afraid to play, mix it up, and get in there with different hands. And he's going to flop second pair, 8 high board. It's pair of 5s best, the 6 kicker.
Small in.
It looks like after Phil checks, he's going to get a shove all in.
No orange.
Phil's thinking here. Said even if ace high is the best, if Abram has got like an ace high flush draw with ace high spades or a 7-6. I mean, there's still a lot of hands, even if the rare scenario where ace 10 high is good, that he could get drawn out on. And we'll keep it moving here on TCH Live, down to our last 7 players. Tomorrow night also $150 3K guaranteed re-entry, no limit tournament here at TCH North Austin. Yeah, it's pretty good structure. You get 20-minute levels, 15K starting stack, 5K on time bonus, a 5K dealer appreciation for $10. So yeah, you get here, you get on time, you get 25K, and if you happen to get so unfortunate to bust out, get back in there and duke it out. Professor going to move in here with queens. Phil on the button with ace-4.
Oh, they're playing the ridiculous.
Yeah, he's going to shove all in here over the top. Might feel like the Professor doesn't have as huge a hand as he does. On the off chance, maybe he's got like a King X or maybe a medium pair, but he's going to flop bottom pair of top set hold here, Professor. That will make queens full. Big double up now for the Professor as now up to 336K, and
Well,
that will
what's funny
take a
is
bite
that people that know into the
out
cat
of
game
Phil's
is that,
stack.
you know, a couple of weeks ago I also won
See
the
our,
cats on some
where the
bullshit
chips have moved.
and offsuit.
Here for our final 7. Rob has made the biggest
I shudder
progression.
to bring this up.
My hand is not
Can we
shitty,
just
it's
chat?
not suited.
So the prize pool got up to, looks like 45,000 of the HBL tournament. I think on the podcast, guys were saying they felt like it was going to go over that 40K, so I'm glad that happened. Sam, I got knocked out for 18th, took home like 680, and first place got 10,840. So pretty, I mean, a nice payout there at the Houston Poker Live tournament that happened this weekend here at TCH in Houston. And I think a location ripe for potential to
Yes, right?
make a mark in the Houston market. As we talked about, as they talked about in the From the Felt podcast, TCH Dallas coming soon. One lucky winner had found the coming soon sign and won himself $1,000 worth of play merch. Whatever he'd like to use, $1,000 go to TCH Dallas when that opens at some point here in the future.
That's honestly the only reason. I'm not lying to you. You can check all the emails. Her sister's super. I'm not worried about your wife. Thanks, bud. Or worried about you and getting in trouble with your wife. You need to
Thank you very much, Julian. This is a nice setup and commentary. Production value has been awesome. We appreciate all your positive comments and feedback as to ways you think we can make this stream better for you. Yeah, here we're in the beginning stages. We're just about like 17th day of having a channel. So I think all of us are kind of learning some of the little details and things that we can do.
You may be right, but I'll never hear the end of this. You know, they get over
To make this really special, so we appreciate you
it. Find something else tomorrow.
learning and growing alongside us.
This is what they'll be yelling at me about tomorrow.
Abram raised up here to King 10. Matt out of the big blind with ace 4
No,
of
tomorrow's
diamonds.
good, and then it'll be something else down the road. Yeah. But do me a favor, don't continue that.
Jason says Matt White taking everyone to Sizzler. Is there still Sizzlers? I've yet to ever see one.
Not chopping, but we bow across the line.
I can't remember the movie where they just kept talking about Sizzler. Well, was that Happy Gilmore? Is there seriously a Sizzler here in Austin?
And I don't doubt that you
I'm
have it.
Googling this right now because
You're free not to shop. Your opinions on
looks like all the West Coast. I'm not. I mean, I'll take them up on it if there's a Sizzler to go to, but that's. Just got to make sure to bring my my gold jacket with me. All right, Adam with a raise with ace-7 offsuit in the cutoff. Exasperated Brian. Matt will give up the 9 triz, the 9-3. Just show that ace of spades. Again, I think we were joking when we had Sam Kennel here that anytime an ace flop, that is a shot. And anytime Phil raised on the button, that's a shot. And I think Phil even suggests anytime you misplace jacks, you got to take a shot. So again, drink responsibly. TCH a BYOB facility, so you want to bring a 6-pack of your favorite, 12-pack, 24-pack to share there with your friends. You can certainly do that here. Many players, I think, great way to celebrate a day. Bring a big old bottle of liquor and do some shots with your friends. Grab an Uber or grab a ride home. And drink responsibly at Texas Card House. Professor going to call here for 10K, Rob. With the 9 Triz, so he automatically is the leader in this hand. I'm not... Unfortunately, Professor has outflopped him. He's got second pair with a 5. Rob's 9 Triz, bottom pair. The 9-3, and we'll give it up. Does not believe in the 9 Triz. Can't blame him, but... Blinds, 10,000, 20,000. All these stacks are going to start to look pretty short by the time we get to the next level, which is 1530 with a 30K big blind ante, and then 2040. So players who got about a 10-15 minute break before the final table started, did our chip ups and gave them a chance to get a breather so they could play out this final table, take a restroom break, tell all their friends that they're on TCH Live. Said, look, Mom, playing poker. And exactly that voice, too. Phil's going to get another Pantera. He's going to get a walk. Be 10,000, 20,000. Here on TCH Live, my name is Mike Youngblood. You can follow me on Instagram at HoopsMike. I try to post like a story like every other day. Try to be funny. As you can tell, sometimes that does or does not work out. But it's also a good way to learn more about me and at my Twitter handle at HoopsMike. I'm all basketball, talk a little football, coaching, some poker discussion. So try to give a wide bit of social media stuff for the brand. Eric says just joined the stream. How many players? And we've got 7 players remaining here on the final table. We started with 63. We had 63 total entries, and we're down to 7 as Luis was knocked out 10th, Mitch was knocked out 9th, and Harrison knocked out 8th. As see our V-pips there. 5 of the 7 players under 20%. Adam and Abram have gotten in there. A couple of pre-flop limps, and David Pratt saying one of them might get angry and take you to Cemetery Gates. Yes. Let's talk some Pantera here. Cowboys from Hell. This is the good old days for vintage metal bands. It actually started off as like a hair band too. You can go find all the old Pantera, old album covers when they were kind of a glam rock band in the 80s. You know, classics. Phil gonna raise now here with King, Queen of Hearts.
I think because the streaming cannot take a break, that's why it was break.
No, streaming can break.
Because if it's a break, then people have leave.
Adam is gonna call with a 4 deuce of hearts. I like it.
I really do.
Nope, nope, actually it's not. I saw some chips in the middle there.
Yeah, I mean,
Reflecting on some old Pantera albums. Yeah, one song I always really loved that Pantera did. They did a cover
Yeah, all of us are fine
of
with
they did a cover of a Black Sabbath song, and they turned it into a video. That was like a huge trip. Planet Caravan.
Yeah, now he's
Oh, that
happy.
was just such a great version of that song.
You fill first, I take second, and then I'll chop up the rest.
Yeah, that's a pretty good deal.
Phil, I got Phil covered.
Yeah, I think you're the chip leader right now.
Trying to liven up our chat box here and talk about old school metal.
I mean, look, I've been watching it. You know, I think I've been chip leader and short stack. And back-to-back hands, if I'm not mistaken.
Friends, 50,000, that's full.
Rob here with King Queen of Diamonds, going to race up here to 50,000. Abram here with Ace 9 offsuit on the button.
I'm all in.
Got the turtle there.
Raise, full.
And he's feeling the power of the turtle. It's going to shove all in. The terrapin. Abram in seat number 1. Like one, Dixon going to show no fear here. Shoving all in with Ace 9 high as not an easy call here for Rob, but I think if it's maybe out of the blinds, he might suspect his hand might be in better shape, but he'll give it up. It's nearly a coin toss.
Oh, yes, blinds are right, 1530.
Appreciate you joining us here on our live stream. Again, if you have not hit the subscribe button, get yourself a free hour play at any TCH location. We've got Wes Cutshall coming here on the 25th, Saturday the 25th, to host a meetup game. 5-5, no limit will be on the stream here on TCH Live. We've got a show here on Monday. 5-5, no limit Bones will be in the commentary chair, spit the truth. Thursday will be our 1-3 no limit game. And then Saturday 5-5 no limit, all here on TCH Live, your new favorite poker channel. Professor gonna raise up here with Ace Queen. Now Brian with King Queen. Sunglasses mode initiated here as he's gonna shove all in.
Good luck all in.
Moves at it for 240K. The calm, cool, and collected Professor asking how much it is, because put out a pretty decent sized raise. He opened for 70K. Be really surprised if he got away from this. Be really surprised if he got away from it. He generally does a great job of making pre-flop decisions. And it's it comes from doing a lot of them. He doesn't love Ace Queen in this spot, but as we see here, huge advantage on Brian if he so chooses to call. And he's going to do it. Way ahead here is the Professor. Nearly 4-1 favor with Ace Queen against Brian's King Queen. They both share a club. And flop's going to come out Jack high. Still the best hand. A 6 on the turn and a 5 ball on the river. Brian has been eliminated. Back-to-back final tables, though, here for Brian. He's knocked out in 7th place. Here on TCH Live, we are here to our final 6.
I'm always a guess. I know.
7th getting 440. Next player who gets knocked out will get 500. We keep it rolling on TCH Live. Looks like blinds 15K, 30K, 30K big blind ante.
Nice hand, sir.
Thank you.
And if you love your tournaments, you're a tournament player, Monday, tomorrow, we've got a 3K guaranteed prize pool for a $150 buy-in. Re-entry, no limit hold'em tournament. Wednesdays and Saturdays are 2K guaranteed prize pool free roll tournaments, perfect for beginning players, for new players who want to get a feel for what the fields are like here. $20 rebuys and add on your first 10K stack. Starting stack is free. Again, Friday we've got our $100 ladies re-entry, no limit hold'em tournament. So see if we start getting some other big buy-in events happening here at TCH.
That'd be so funny
That
if I
1K
hatched
buy-ins,
this
we've had the
with this
Sandbon
hand.
Kennel 6-pack Classic. That was a big hit with the players.
I want ace threes.
And I suspect here with this live stream, there are possibilities are going to open up that we could host some pretty big tournaments here. Don't know that for a fact, but feel like we're going to be in a position to put up some good programming.
From the dealer change, if you guys would like to spread out, we can do that at that point. Fold. Fold.
We folded as Phil the under the gun. We'll give it up.
65.
Raise. 65.
And here is Adam in C2. Gonna come in here for a raise. Looks like to 60,000, most likely a min raise. Don't know what he has, but looks like we've gotten folds out of the small blind and big blind. As
Thanks for not throwing them out.
Rob giving up an ace-8 up there. That's again. The next player gets knocked out. We'll take home 500. Fifth place will take 560. Fourth 780. Third 940. Second 1120. First 1,790. So 15K, 30K. That's 75K in blinds and antes. See if that excites any of the players. Try to go steal some of those chips. Wow, another walk here for Phil.
Since I said
That is his third Pantera album of the night.
A lot of walks today. I usually don't get this many walks.
You complaining?
It's been nice.
Well, everybody under 20 bigs at this point. Professor now with the most at 561,000.
Good hand.
Adam right behind. And Phil had tried to knock out the Professor earlier when he had queens, but Phil had ace-4 spade, and Professor flopped top set. And
Now you're turning the favor?
Can't do much.
make it down here to the blinds. We get some more folds.
You had my
I know not
5-3
the most
dominate.
exciting part of it, but
Guess I should have shot.
yeah, kind of how some of these final tables go sometimes. Just being a little cautious here as the money jump comes up. And Matt, 8 big blinds, Phil with 10 big blinds, Rob with 12, Abram with 15, Adam with 16, Fessa 18 big blinds. Well, Rob's going to pick up some aces. We'll see if he gets any action. Those 360,000 in chips. Looking like a 70,000 or 70 or 65,000 chip raise. Nope, made it 75 as Phil gets out. Adam now 7-6 of hearts. Being a little spicy. Say, hey, got 30K already in the middle of the big blind ante. 30K out. Chips. Maybe I feel like cracking a hand here. And he's going to call as we go heads up here to a flop. 7-6 of hearts versus aces. Ooh, big flop there for a 7-6. Open-ended straight draw. And Adam is just going to open shove. Rob has got aces and going to have to dodge some outs. A 63-37% favorite, and he makes a straight. Oh, Rob has been eliminated with aces. And a huge pot going to be shipped here to Adam in C2. Try to open shove just on the off chance. Maybe Rob's got an ace-king or a hand that he can fold there. A semi-bluff on the flop. Rob had called him immediately, and he has been knocked out in 6th. Wow, we are down to the final 5. Here on TCH Live, the final table of our 3K guaranteed $100 mega stack freeze out. 6,300 in the prize pool.
Okay, now do you guys want to talk?
We have 5 players left, and Adam
You guys want to chop this?
with a lot of chips there after knocking out Rob with aces.
I would be okay with ICM.
Are you guys alright with ICM?
And what do you guys think how he played that? I mean, obviously we could see the result after the fact, but
Oh, done with the plan?
you know, are you making that play there in that spot if that happens to you at this stage in the game? You know, like I say, we don't want to be outcome dependent. Just say, okay, because we know Rob had aces, like, therefore it's a bad play or anything like that. No, hey, I like the aggressive move. I don't like these tournaments when you get down, the blinds start getting high. You know, the amount of moves you can make get really limited
Down either way.
as far as, you know, how to maneuver some of these final tables. Adam took a calculated risk and got the right kind of flop for 7-6 of hearts. Yeah, I mean, I like David said here in the chat, I like the shove. I mean, I like it as well. Looks like we're going to have Q coming to the box here.
I'm pretty clearly.
You know, Rob's a tight player, so there's a lot of times that,
Alright, well, let's keep going, I guess.
you know, say maybe he's got 7s, the flop comes 9-8, like you can get him out of the game with that. And obviously any overpair is going to call in that
You want
spot.
to stay, basically, you want to play, you only 10% up top, and we just do
It's a
ICM
good
for the
semi-bluff with,
Leave something out and do the ICM.
So we'll play for the, so look, we do
if
our
you're just
ICM
getting out
shot,
high
and we
cards
10%
or
up
mid
top.
pairs.
The winner gets 630. Or whatever is left.
You know, it's pretty
7
effective,
out,
but we can see Rob had aces.
Yeah, I'm fine with that,
Got
and then we just do ICM.
Very unlucky on the turn.
What's left in the
It's a
pool?
5 hit.
So there's 1, 2, 3,
Keep it
4,
moving here
5.
after a dealer change. You're on TCH Live,
So 500.
and I think these players may be talking about, okay, well, the blinds are high. Do we want to do
1140. So 6,300.
any kind of
minus
chop here?
5160.
So there's 5160, and we leave what?
Yeah, we've been on different sides of the spectrum. Some people want it, especially if they have a huge chip position, get the best kind of deal they can get. Yeah, everybody's different. Everybody's got different theories and philosophies on when they'll chop or when they're not,
So can we counter stack?
if it's in their interest or not.
Well,
It's all right.
The clock's gonna run, guys.
You can't.
Right, as far as I understand.
I agree. 10%. We leave 10% for the winner, and then we chop it ICM percentage. I'm fine with that.
Professor now here out of the gun with 5-4 offsuit.
right.
That's the line, right? So you 15 more? No, you're only 15.
What it appears, note that I was given, looks like a table has been agreed to an ICM chop. and leave 10% of the prize pool to play for first. I don't know how exactly how that plays out money-wise. So if they're leaving though 10%, that's $630 up top here first for these players to play for. So don't have the precise numbers, but the word that I've been told is it's an ICM chop.
At 521.
They're going to play down here to first place. So see some heads up, some short-handed. And, you know, I think I've talked about this before, that so much of what you learn in poker tends to be 9, 10-handed, full table, that I think the default thing that we start talking about once we get to short-handed, it's like, okay, well, your hand range opens up a little bit more. And I think that's where the skill part comes in, as to like, okay, my hand range is open up, but I still need to be reasonable as far as, you know, if I'm calling with hands, or I'm 3-betting with hands, or if I'm, you know, all of a sudden my ace dash mid card is worth a little bit more than it was 10-handed, and like ace 10 and ace jack all of a sudden become premium hands in some situations, depending on where you're at.
Okay. C1 has
And
440.
players I've found that do it the best tend to
Okay.
able to size that up once you get the short-handed.
Abram, A-B-R-A-M.
C2 has 884. 884,000. 262 here.
Adam.
C3 has 262. Professor has 262. Professor has 551.
Yeah, and here
561. Bill has 321.
looks like we're getting this figured out here. Call on the professor. We're writing it all
We're
down.
all agreeing
No
ICM
surprise.
561 up top. Is that
516, I think.
516 up top, and the rest is ICM?
Yeah.
Jason saying, unfortunately, there will be no Sizzler for all this evening. And then, why are we even here, man? I can't go to Sizzler after this is
I
done.
calculate the money in a minute, but
You know,
We all
what's the
agree-
point?
We all agree we're doing an ICM chop based on those.
This is a very, very sad day for streaming poker.
Let's keep going.
Devastating. And I may have to have a few IPAs tonight to recover from this devastating news. Here we go. Here's Phil playing some big boy poker, coming out with a raise here with King 8. Raise up to 70K. Five-handed, yeah, that's a hand you absolutely can open with. Now if you take some heat back, I'm not so sure, but so V-Pips. Matt, defeater of Dolph Lundgren there at 11%. Professor 13, Phil at 16, Adam and Abram both about 25. That's voluntarily chips put in play. But again, we hit 1,000 subscriptions tonight. Try not to lose sight of that. What an exciting day it is for all of us. We had no idea how this would turn out. Our instincts led that production was going to be good, and so far all the feedback we've gotten has been great. So we appreciate your support. If you have not subscribed yet, please do so. Hit that subscribe button, as we're going to raise
I didn't mind if you do
Denise Little.
starts telling me about my wife.
Now up to 524,000. As
The thing is, he wasn't.
He's trying to get under my skin. I understood it.
down to 5 players as we recap the order. Luis out 10th, Mitch out 9th, Harrison out 8th, Ryan back-to-back final tables out 7th,
There's karma in this world.
and
We all
Rob out in 6th.
see. I don't mind not chopping. I didn't like
Here
it.
with lines 15K, 30K, and that's Mr. Witt there in the comments section saying Professor brought out the pen and paper to do the math. I love it. And you really don't have a need for a calculator if you have Professor on the table. He's got it figured out. Human calculator. Professor going to complete out of the small blind with Jack 9 offsuit. Phil says, hold up there, buddy. Got Queen Jack here. Or raise it on up, get a fold. So again, we want to give a big shout out to CrushLivePoker.com. Has sent a lot of listeners and viewers our way. If you've not checked them out yet, you can get a 30-day free trial by signing up for CrushLivePoker.com. I could use a little help. I might say, Bart, help me fix my loose ends in my cash game play, because got no bankroll for it. But always still a ton to learn, and I think that's what the great thing about this web stream is too, that we get experts on here, people that comment on the play, hopefully help the way that you think about poker, maybe unlock a method or process that you're trying to get your hands around, ask the right questions, become the best player you can be, take over the world. You know, the possibilities are endless. Professor here on the bottom with ace-9, and we'll get a blind steal through. Again, Phil has kind of maintained his. He came into the final table with around 400K, up a little bit, down a little bit, but still steady as we remain 5-handed. Great cue in the box here for us. Now Abram going to come out raising out of the small blind with Queen 6 of diamonds. Adam with Jack Deuce. Says no, thank you.
I have to check my hand against that 7 deuce.
We've talked about it a little bit here. Again, for our viewers out near the Houston area, $200 freeze out going to start on Saturdays. There's also some big PLO action happening Wednesdays in Spring, Texas, in our TCH Houston. Again, Wednesdays open at noon. And also free club access on Thursdays from noon to 3 p.m. That is at Texas Card House Houston. Visit them on Instagram at tch.htx.
Surely you must be driving.
In the main room here at North Austin, we've got a 1-2 no limit, a 1-3 no limit table with bomb pots, and a 5-5 PLO game. All running here tonight. Phil going to raise up here with Jack 9 of diamonds. Abram will get out. Not a hand that Matt can shove with.
Maybe roll on top for. Yep.
Per the professor's request. I think it's good though. It's you get the game you want. And then
So again, these players had agreed to an ICM chop. When we got down to 5-handed, leave it at 10% of the prize pool. We play for first. Don't have any official numbers for it, but
I got you.
doing math, you don't ever
hopefully get a hold of those before the stream is complete. Again, we are on a 30-minute delay, so one of the safeguards as far as preventing collusion and all that bad stuff. Abram raising up here to 80,000. Adam getting out. Professor now 6-3. Professor knocking the tangs there with the 6 high. So. You guys, you really need to subscribe to the From the Felt podcast. We've got Bill, Sam, and Ryan talking all things TCH. We have a new episode this week, and I think those guys are looking to get back on a consistent schedule since we've got TCH Live operational. Newest episode detailing the start of TCH Live, the new location in Dallas, and a whole lot more to look forward to here as follow wherever you subscribe to podcasts on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Play. Adam going to raise now with ace-8 offsuit, Professor with king-queen in the small blind. That hand goes way up in value. Here, 5-handed. Now it's just a matter, does he feel like it values enough to make a raise? Or just call him? And Professor taking a walk down easy straight. Gonna just smooth call. As we go heads up to a flop. And ace jack 7. Top pair for Adam with an 8.
Check.
Professor needs a 10 to make a straight. Backdoor outs, but it's a firm running 2 pair. The bet of 70K. Electing not to call out of position, and Adam now moving up to 924,000 with blinds of 15K, 30K. And like some of the commenters here in the chat box, hey, 75K in the middle. There's a lot to fight for, and keep your stack above ground. This Matt dwindling down in chips. Phil has maintained a pretty good chip position. Professor went from under like 18 bigs at the start of this final table to near the top in chips. Here on his first appearance on TCH Live. And I expect if you see him in that tournament field, you'll see many more of the Professor there in seat 7. I think I got knocked out by the Professor in the free roll one time, and I was just... You're just like, yep, that was the result I was expecting. Nothing getting past you, sir. All right, Phil had raised up here with the ace-2 of hearts. Abram here with the 9 triz, the 9-3 of clubs. By far and away the best hand here. Comes out jack 7-7 with 2 diamonds. Phil's going to come up betting. And we'll take the lead here as he raised pre-flop to 75K. And we'll beat Abram to the punch. Julian asking no ante. Yeah, there is an ante. It's a big blind ante of 30K. That is, whoever player is in the big blind will post that versus having to collect antes from 5 to 10 players. So I think we've had that structure in place for a while, so been pretty smooth for the most part. I mean, we still get the kind of the debates as far as, okay, wait, which one should go first if you get short chipped. But I believe we are a big blind first, then ante if you do happen to run into the situation. Absolutely. And everybody's got a different philosophy for it, but that's a fun part about it.
100,000.
It's a hot debate, but we're definitely a big blind first establishment. Abram here with ace king. Adam here with ace 5 in the big blind. Could see some action here. We'll see. Yeah, there's a shove all in there by Adam and an instant call by Abram. Abram has not exactly run too hot here pre-flop here today, but it's going to have to dodge some clubs here. 5. This is the biggest pot here in the tournament. Ace King versus Ace 5. Queen 4 Queen. Looking good here for Abram. Now a jack. Diamond flush draw. And a 10. Abram makes a straight with Ace King. Takes a significant chunk out of Adam's stack. And they'll count it all up here as again these players agreeing to an ICM chop 5 ways. And they're playing for an additional $531 in the top end of the prize pool based on what was in the prize pool with 5 players left. So that number I said before 630 was inaccurate. It was that 10% is reflective on what the final 5 was, which, you know, once we got down to 9-handed, they extended the payouts as the table agreed to pay out 8th and 9th at 100. And Luis got knocked out 10th, Mitch 9th, Harrison 8th, Brian knocked out 7th, and then Rob was knocked out 6th. So these numbers get kind of complicated here towards the end, but thankfully we had the professor who was more reliable than the calculator, of which I cannot reach because my phone is out of this room. But next time you're on your phone, you can visit us on Instagram, tch.atx, view our stories, see our posts, hit that heart button anytime you see a tch.atx post that you like. Website texascardhouse.com. You can also see us on Twitter, tchatx. We are open until 3 a.m. Monday morning, here for the rest of the evening. So if you do want to play some 1-1, or excuse me, some 1-2 no limit, some 1-3 no limit, and some 5-5 PLO, we've got a table running of each. William's saying, somebody please color up those yellows. I think we might get to that. That is takes a little bit of time to do that. Abram with a ton of chips in front of him. I don't know. I kind of like the aesthetics of it. It's like a giant chip stack. Makes you look like an icon, in my opinion. Just the giant chips all over. That's always kind of the fun part of watching those main events is see those chip leaders that got chip stacks that are like 10 feet tall, it seems like. And
Doug Polk says 3-bet this.
that's now King Queen again. Coming in for a raise, looks like for either 90,000 or 100. Yep, that's 100,000 raise. Abram and his Terrapin will get out of the way. Now Matt here with 5-3. He's got almost all of his chips in blinds. And just your old classic 5-3 versus King Queen. Heads up showdown here, guys.
Smashes everybody up.
Yeah, my under that on off when he shot with the king queen, that's disrespect.
Get the final chip numbers here. Is Matt all in here with 5 high. Position we all love to be in. See if the underdog can win here as huge favorite. Oh, we got a deuce in the window and a 5. He's got second pair. Here comes a 3. Matt is going to double up here as he will make a flush with the 5 of diamonds in his hand. Also had 2 pair. So his hand got better on every street, and he will hang on for dear life here in our final table.
Use a pair of 5s, pair of 3s, flush. All those beat king high.
We're down 5 players.
On results, yeah, but it's still those are the numbers.
Got Texas Roadhouse being served here tonight. Here on Sundays and Mondays, we have Papa John's Pizza. Wednesdays and Fridays. Wednesday free roll players. Friday free Friday night grinders. Saturday again free Rudy's barbecue. Here at Texas Card House in Fort Boston. Well, Abram opened up here with one of my favorite hands, 10-8 suited. My favorite doesn't necessarily mean I win with it, but with his chip stack, leveraging perfectly, 1.1 million in chips, Phil
Would have been rivered.
right behind him at 531. Now with under 6 big blinds, Professor with 9 big blinds, and blinds and antes taking its toll here on the field. As
Well, you have a chance to win.
Vultures are circling Matt here, and we'll see if able to live to see another place.
Oh, you're so good. You only need 1 card. What are you sitting there saying? I want 2 cards. They're starving children in Africa, and they don't have any cards.
Oh,
Abram, Adam getting out of the way. All right, it's folded to Matt. Did he pick up a hand here? Yes, he did. He picked up some 5s, some Cincos.
I don't feel bad about
Phil, not going to call with deuce 4 as Matt breathing a sigh of relief.
you did a couple shows through. You're probably a chip.
Still hanging on in there.
Well, it's gonna take a while.
One stupid hand.
I need everybody on the table to call.
All it ever takes.
I think Brandon talking here in the chat, 100K is too big of an open at these steps. Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, it's 10K, 20K. Or, yeah, that's, excuse me, 20K, 40K. So, I mean, that's, yeah, 100K is not
Yeah,
bad.
one
I mean,
is
guessing
the
what's in the
ante,
middle
one
is
a big blind, so it's 4,000.
Players on.
Adam got out. Looks like Professor is going to move all in with ace-6. Phil out with queen 9. Abram wondering if his 2 live cards might be decent enough shape, even though it's a 7 and a 3. Could feel like gambling too.
Okay, it's
Professor's
enough that
thorn
I
to
can
the
go
side here. Maybe I can take him out with a bad hand, but
absolute trash hands.
Abram making a very disciplined fold with
Yeah.
a 7-3 offsuit.
Well, the thing is that, yeah, it's like, okay, it's being a 35.
Disciplined fold. You gotta understand when to lay that down and
Do I still have
when
the
to
bottom
4-bet
to call
shove.
it?
So we are again 5-handed. All eyes on Matt as he's got 269K. Putting that in the middle here as he'll be under the gun and then facing the big blind and the small blind, which could take a lot out of the stack here. He's going to have to move with the 5 deuce of clubs. The Mikey Super Special, another one of my favorites. Which probably doesn't mean he's going to get very lucky here, but I absolutely would do this here too. This is and Adam's going to call though. He woke up with some snowmen. The Michael Irvin, the 8-8.
It's going to be a flush on the 8 of clubs.
That's going to need to get low. He's got the kind of hand that, you know, hit the right flop.
Oh, we got
Oh, he flops a gutter. Backdoor clubs. 8 still leads. Board pairs of 4. And Queen gonna come on the river. Queens and eights here for Adam.
Again.
Will knock out Matt
Good luck to you guys. Thank you. Especially
in 5th place. After the, I think the ICM chop looks like he's gonna go home with 487
swings.
here in 5th place. So that leaves, we've got Phil, we've got Adam, we've got the Professor, we've got Abram. Down 4-handed here on the final table. So we say goodbye there to Matt, who had nice little contention in the chat box. Something that I couldn't tell was a troll or not, but I think Casey had said, you know, part of being a live poker player is knowing how to drift from being a troll to your normal personality. So try to see if you can fool me, guys. Can we hit 1,000 subscriptions tonight
100.
on TCH Live? And just about 17 days of being a channel. So cheers to all our friends, new and old. It's a great day at Texas Card House. Abram raising the button here with 9-5. Somewhere out there, Dan Grimes putting a little fist pump out there. Not a big one, just a little one. Just a little win for our friend Dan. Certainly capable of stealing the blinds there with 9-5. Professor has been whittled down to about 279K. Phil hanging in there. He's about stayed at the same chip position for most of this final table, around between 400 and 451. Steady as Phil goes. And one of, I think, 2 players that have made the final table as a cash game player. Well, actually, I've made a TCH Live appearance as a cash game player and on the final table here of our tournament. So, On, I think, was the first, and he was back-to-back in our first 2 broadcasts. Phil joining some esteemed company.
So we're actually gonna have.
We'll see who are the next repeats there. Phil checks his option with a 9-6. Abram had called under the gun with 10-9. A Professor pleading with 10-7 of clubs as we go to a flop 7-Jack-3. Gutter ball for Abram. Second pair for Professor. Again, this is not the Professor from the And One mixtape tour. That was again with the Mountain Dew jerseys, hot sauce. I don't know if this Professor's can ball quite like him. And now a second pair and a limp pot. May feel like Abram may be betting a jack. Abram's making a lot of good moves. He is, well, with the chips that he has, he's capitalizing on all these situations pretty well. Phil down to 9 big blinds, Professor down to 5 big blinds, 20K, 40K. It's 100K in chips right in the middle as we're 4-handed. A good discussion going as far as okay, what a pre-flop raise is like and tournament play when you get down to this much. Like I was kind of a guy that subscribed a lot to that theory. Like everything had to be 3x, and then it became like everything's going to be min raised, and then there's this like 2.2 to 2.5x, and I think Moneymaker talked about on a podcast that that poker seems to go through cycles where this is the profound belief of all the best players, and then somebody runs good and starts winning tournaments. He says, no, this is what I believe. And then we all kind of follow what gospel is. There's more than one way to skin a cat, but we advise you to not do that at Texas Card House. That is, we are anti that. But as far as using different methods of strategy, though, the door is yours. We do not close them until 3 a.m. on Monday morning. Reopen back at 11 a.m. to 4 a.m. Mondays to Thursdays. Open 24 hours on Friday and Saturday. How you guys doing? You hanging in there with me? I know a lot of you are watching. Got a few people chatting.
I'm gonna re-raise all in.
Some of y'all maybe doing your laundry here this Sunday. I think that's on the cards for me here. As Phil had shoved all in with ace-6, or no, excuse me, the professor had shoved all in with ace-4. Abram in the best position and leading here with ace-10. Worst hand has won a lot here, so maybe Abram's going to run good. Oh, a gutter ball here for the professor. Needs a deuce. Comes a queen. Abram's still the best hand. Deuce or 4. Nope, it is a queen on the river. Pair of queens with an ace-10 high will knock out Professor. The well-respected Professor goes home here. Looks like $1,050 after the ICM chop. It's a pretty good payday here for him, as we're down to three-handed here between Phil, Adam, and Abram. Abram's V-pip taking a huge shot up as of late. We'll keep it moving here, three-handed. Final table of our 3K guaranteed prize pool. 6,300 was in the prize pool. Here for our players. We had $4,800 prize pool the previous week, and I'm a little worried we might not get as many because there is the Pro Bowl next weekend, and that is a must-see television event for the entire masses. So if you're not blown away by what the Pro Bowl is going to offer, I would say come on down here to TCH. Again, I know this is a time that we all gather around with our families to see semi-interested all-star game football. But I'll leave it up to you. I'm not sure if we'll have it here for the Super Bowl coming up. It's not a real big game around these parts. We might have it on one of the TVs here, I think. We'll have it on all the TVs here for the Super Bowl if you do happen to be here on that Sunday. Not sure yet necessarily if we will run the tournament at that point or the live stream, but I'd say stay tuned. So now Adam with some jacks. Phil looking to get out. Abram here in the big blind with king 3. And a whole stack of yellers. So we'll keep it going here on TCH Live. Three-handed between Professor, Phil, and Adam. Again, 1-2 and 1-3, no limit being played here on the cash game floor at TCH. Also a 5-5 PLO game going on as well. Again, we got Wes Cutshall coming up here on Saturday the 25th. Again, follow him on Instagram at Wes Cutshall, CUTSCHALL. He's got a YouTube channel that's growing here. As Phil going to shove all in with deuces. Adam, king 10 high on the big blind. Again, these two players were locked up in a pretty big pot where Phil asked if he could run it twice there, as Adam calling with king 10 high. Where Adam actually had deuces and Phil had ace-9 offsuit. And an open-ender now here for Adam. He can also make the best hand with the queen, and he will make a straight. Phil still does have club outs, but he will not get it as Phil has been knocked out here in third And with the ICM chop, looks like Phil
See you in Vegas, man.
gonna go home with 599 as they are playing for 531. Here as we have reached heads up between Abram and Adam. Going heads up here for the 531 in the prize pool up top.
I'll give you, you want to take 360, was it 316? I'll take
Those final numbers may not be accurate as far as for the last three players, as far as not sure if that's necessarily combined with the prize pool in there, but based off the ICM numbers and what I've got here, it looks like
You just need to know how much is left. I'm fine.
No, yeah, I think
so.
it's like,
I think we're gonna talk. Yep, this looks like we've got a chop here. A heads up
yeah, 516.
between
So I'll-
Abram and
if you wanna
Adam.
do a 300, 200, you just,
The numbers have been told to me. Abram
yeah.
gonna get an additional 300. Adam's gonna get an additional 231. So Adam gets $1,884. Abram $1,140. So we got a heads up chop here on the final table of our 3K guaranteed $100 mega stack freeze out on TCH Live. We made it, guys. We made it here to the finish. There's some good hands out there. We made it to 1,000 subscribers. And again, if you are not so preoccupied with the Pro Bowl next weekend,
And I get the remainder.
the national event where the world stops and watches the NFL players go half speed for everything, we invite you to join us next weekend on TCH Live here for the final table of this Mega Stack Freeze-Out Tournament. Again, tomorrow, 5-5, no limit with Bones in the commentary chair. Thursday, 1-3. And on this Saturday, a one-time deal, Wes Cutshall coming to host the 5-5 meetup game here at TCH on Saturday night. So for Carolyn, James, Ryan, my name is Mike Youngblood saying so long, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow night here on TCH Live. Good night.
We gotta make sure that the people know that